Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Thursday, the 25th of August 2022. In today's Millwall news, a lot of talking, but not much. But we do have this from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Lions in the hunt for one more addition before summer transfer window closes. Garrett is hoping Millwall will still be able to add one more incoming transfer before Thursday's deadline. The summer window shuts towards the end of next week, and the Lions are still in the market for another addition. I've been quite open all the way along that we'd like to bring another player in, Roundup told the Southwark press. And then you're always looking at whether there is anything that might happen the other way. There will be players in our squad and at our club who think maybe a loan or a bit more regular time is something they might need. They're always ready for that towards the end of the window. Anything that goes out, we need to replace the numbers wise. We want one extra player anyway, and then we'll see. We're not adverse to strengthening further, but in terms of budget, probably one more player. We're about where we need to be. We're not just going to go and sign a load of players in the last few days just because we can. That's the aim, to ideally make one more signing. If somebody goes out, then potentially that player could be replaced. We've got no plans. I've had no conversation with anyone saying you need to go and look for regular football. It's just whether a player and his agent come up with something that gets to us late on. So who could that be? Well, realistically, I think maybe Hayden Muller, maybe Bisat Topolodge, maybe Isaac Loffey. Though he said he doesn't want to send him out on loan, because we've now got Vogelsnammer, and Isaac Loffey didn't make the last first team matchday squad for the game against Norwich, but he did end up playing for the under 21s. So, and he is 23 years old, so he's one of the overage players in the under 21s, which they're allowed 5 of because of the change. So I think it's only probably those 3 players who might be going out. Probably less so with Bisat Lodge because he's a left-foot player. He was subbing for Scott Malone. If Scott Malone gets injured, and who plays there on that side? You got Murray Wallace, but then who backs him up on the bench? We don't know. But so there you go. Now there was a bit of a sensation on Twitter for some reason, because there was an account with about 150 followers. Wow, impressive. That put out a thing that we were linked with a Sporting Lisbon player, and that caught fire, and it got around a bit, and then while it was on fire, people actually know what's going on at the club started pissing on it and put the fire out, because it's apparently not true. So this is from InsideFootball.com, but this is just reporting on the situation. They want the ones who put it out originally. They're not the ones. Millwall link with Brazilian midfielder played down. So Sporting Lisbon star Eduardo Henrique is not set to join the Championship side Millwall, according to South London Press. We'll get on that later. Garrett was looking to shape a Millwall squad to battle for promotion to the Premier League this season. He could be open to further additions before the transfer window slams shut next week. Millwall have been linked with a possible move for Sporting Lisbon man Henrique. The 27-year-old operates as a defensive midfielder and spent last season on loan away from Sporting Lisbon at Saudi side Al Raid. Inshallah. He clocked 29 appearances in the Saudi Arabian top flight, collecting 3 cautions along the way. Henrique could be on the move this summer, but he will not be joining the corps. It is suggested that talk the Brazilian could sign for the Championship club is wide of the mark. Henrique, who has made just 22 appearances with Sporting Lisbon's first team during his time at the club, has a further 2 years on his contract with the Portuguese Giants. So there you have it. Now, this story sounds like it was written by an AI, which they can do that now. They're pretty clever, these AI systems and computers. So yeah, that's what happened today. But Richard Corley of the South London Press, Millwall, #Millwall, are not signing Sporting's Eduardo Henrique. Move along, folks. Nothing to see here. So what happened first was this story. This came out in the morning, like 7, 8 a.m. I was reading it on my way to work, and then someone puts up that we're being linked with the Sporting Lisbon, right? Then it blows up and gets on fire, and everyone's excited, and then the poo-pooers have to poo-poo it and say, bring us back down to earth and say, yeah, that ain't happening, so chill out. What a fun day. How many days until the transfer window closes? So what? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, bit of Thursday. So 6 days, 7 days until the transfer window closes. Isn't gonna be fun. Now moving on to this from news@den.co.uk. Danny McNamara has been talking to the Southwark News. So Danny McNamara has been at the centre of attention at Millwall this summer. The right wing back, who was voted as News@Den's Player of the Season for 21-22, was subject to multiple bids from Championship rivals QPR after it was revealed that his contract was set to expire next summer. What ensued was a number of weeks of speculation, with Gary Rowett admitting that they had rejected all approaches from McNamara and offered him a new deal. That ball is in his court, the Millwall manager stated after their Carabao Cup defeat to Cambridge United. It wouldn't be long until they got their answer. On Monday, the August 15th, it was announced that the 23-year-old had signed a new long-term deal with the Lions, killing any transfer rumours dead in the water and allowing him to finally focus on his football. I'm obviously over the moon to get it done, McNamara told News@Den. It's something that I've always wanted to get sorted, and I'm glad to commit my long-term future to the club. It's time for me now to kick on again and hopefully have an even better season than I did last season. I was always going to get it done. I just think that, like a lot of things in football, it takes time. It was just a case of getting a few things right and then getting it done. My whole family are Millwall fans as well, so they were delighted for me and over the moon as well. Supporters were concerned that McNamara's head had been turned by the offer of higher wages from elsewhere, with Rout leaving him out to line up for the opening day win against Stoke City due to ongoing speculation. The defender was never worried about what was going on around him, however, instead trying to focus on his football while negotiations continued into the start of the season. Whatever was going on with that side of things, it was all in the background. My aim was to come back in pre-season, keep fit, keep doing what I was doing, and try to get something sorted with Millwall. I'm just happy that it's all got sorted now and I can focus on my football. Indeed. Read more from Danny McNamara in this week's Southwark News, where he discusses his loan moves, Mill's transfer ambitions, and his dreams of playing for the Republic of Ireland national team. And that is in the Southwark News, which was published on Thursday, the 25th of August, available in your local newsagents in the Southwark area. So moving on now to this from news@den.co.uk, an injury update of sorts. So Mill boss provides injury update on forward. Gary has provided an update on Nana Boateng's recovery from injury. Boateng, 19, was first brought into the Lions matchday squad in December 2021 before making his senior debut off the bench a few days later in a 2-1 defeat at home to Crystal Palace in the FA Cup. However, the forward picked up an ankle ligament injury back in March, ruling him out for the remainder of the campaign just as he was beginning to work his way into the first team squad. Rowett was able to share the positive news regarding the youngster's recovery, but admitted that the knock had derailed plans for him to head out on loan this summer. Nana is making good progress from his injury, the Millwall boss told News@Den. He came out of a boot a while ago, he's working hard now, and I think he's back out on the grass. He's a good young player. He's done really well for us. We were hoping to get him out on loan this season, but that might be a bit difficult before this window because of his injury. We'll assess it as we go along, but it's likely that he'll stay until January, and then we'll reassess when he's fit and back playing. He's been really unfortunate. The Lions have struggled with significant injury problems for a number of months, and they've been made to pay the price for operating on a relatively small squad. However, Mason Bennett, hamstring, is the only first-team player on the sidelines at the moment, giving Rowett a number of options to choose from as the club heads into an exceedingly busy period of championship fixtures. Indeed. So regarding a loan, I'm pretty sure that after the window closes, he can still go out on loan. Because in the story, it says he's 19 years old. Does that mean a youth loan is not available to him? I'm pretty sure if they've stopped doing it, I don't know. They keep changing the fucking rules, don't they? But a youth loan, basically, it's like work experience, but for footballers. But I'm not sure. Maybe there's a limit where you can go. It might be Conference South and below, because all of the youth loans that we've had in recent years have been at lower levels. I don't recall one being a conference or above. Maybe there may have been one in conference. I think Sean O'Brien's one was for Bromley, so that is a possibility still, unless they've stopped doing that now. Again, I don't know. Yeah. So only one injury, Mason Bennett, of course. Permanent. He's basically our Darren Alderton, isn't he? Is it Alderton? Darren Anderson, the Tottenham player, was always injured. Weird. Weird. So we got this piece, opinion piece from LondonFootballScene.co.uk, written by Ryan Loftus. Mill's away day struggles could prove to be Garen Rowett's biggest challenge this season. I don't know if it's the biggest challenge. It's the obstacle. It's the biggest obstacle that we need to solve. We need to figure it out because that's the key to the success. We've basically maxed out the amount of points that we can get. To be honest, we might even get less points at home than we did last season. That was so good, as we're going to see when we read start this story, this piece. So we need to win away from home. It might be possible if we don't lose and just draw every game, but again, that's not ideal. So let's pick into it. So while 2 wins from 2 at the Den will see Millwall fans confident their side's impeccable home record will continue this season, there is less cause for optimism on the road. Last season, the Lions finished with the 3rd best Championship home record, only bettered by promotion sides Fulham and Bournemouth. As Garrett's team won 45 of their 69 points in SE16, losing just 4 times. So we had the 3rd best Championship home record. Last season, 45 points. So we've got to do that again. But now here's the thing. If we need more points to get in the playoffs, or we need a lot more points to get in the top 2. Now maybe, if our away form carries on being so shit, if we win more games at home and draw less, that might be a way we can get the extra points. But it doesn't seem to be. It seems to be that the most obvious way to get those extra points is to win away games. Away from home, it was a different story, and the disparity between home and away was a major factor in Millwall ultimately falling short of the playoffs last term. Millwall earned 21 fewer points away from home and were the second most reliant on their home form, behind relegated Derby County earning 0.2 points per game more at home compared to away. So the points differential, we literally had 1 point per game more at home compared to away. So far, it's been more of the same this season, with the Lions yet to win in their first 3 away games, losing twice and relying on 2 late own goals to earn a point at Swansea City. Chuck in the Carabao Cup game as well, and then that's another away stinker because shouldn't really have lost that game. Rowett has asked for his side to show more consistency away from home, something that was pivotal for the Lions boss when he took charge of the Den. Under Neil Harris, Millwall started to struggle when away from South London. Before his departure, the side hadn't won in 10 away games, and then only picked up 4 away points from a possible 18 before his resignation in 2019-20 season. Rowett's first and quickest success as incoming Lions boss was his away record, his side winning 3 of his opening 5 away trips before going on to end the season with 7 victories and 5 draws from 17, more than doubling their points tally away from home compared to the season before. Rowett had figured out an effective counter-attacking 5-2-3 system that was difficult to play through and devastating. Break was key with his with the side pressing as a unit, frustrating home crowds before taking their chance when it came. In Routup's first full season, Mill's away record improved again, this time winning 8 and drawing 7 from 23, albeit during the season without home crowds. The Lions looked formidable on the road, and with the fans returning, the boost it would then would surely prove to be a winning formula. However, last season, Millwall only won 5 and drew 9 away games, ending 17th for away form in the league. The Lions arguably sat off teams too much and allowed their hosts to get too comfortable and lacked the threat on the break they had shown in the 2 previous seasons. The concern for fans is a return to nervous travelling displays that became all too common towards the end of Harris's tenure. Back then, the side often appeared to be playing for a point but lacked the quality to hold out and struggled to fight back once behind. Despite not yet winning on the road, Roundup believes he's got the squad to do that this year, praising their resilience and mentality to go away from home and run and chase, also believing the team can't be judged until around 10 away games. Until 10 away games. That's half the season. It may be too early to draw conclusions about how his side will do on the road, but it's safe to say it hasn't been the brightest of starts for the Lions. Arguably, they have had tough games early on. Sheffield United looks set to be title challengers, while a Tuesday-Friday away double header is never easy, especially given injury troubles already affecting the squad. Either way, Millwall need to find a formula that once again brings joy away from home. Whether it's a more aggressive style, being braver, out of possession, or perhaps just sheer determination to get something from the game as seen at Swansea. The current makeup of the squad will make it difficult for Millwall to vary themselves too much, as Rowe looks set to persist with a narrow 5-3-2 or 5-2-1-2 system that focuses play down the middle. Time will tell whether this will prove effective on the road, and with long tough trips up to Burnley and Sunderland on the horizon, Millwall will be desperate to take 3 points back to London with them sooner rather than later. We can't be waiting 10. If Garraz isn't concerned that we've lost all of our away games, and he's waiting till we've played 10 away games before he finally pulls his finger out of his arse and does something about it, that's going to be too late. The problem is here now. The problem needs fixing here now. Starting Tuesday the 30th against Burnley. Thank you very much. So we're going to finish on this. I told you about this the other day, but this is from Millwall FC. This is the official one. So travel update for the Millwall game on Saturday against Reading. Usually, the quickest and easiest way to reach the den is by train via South Bermondsey Station. But engineering works will mean alternative travel arrangements will be needed for supporters to visit SE16 this weekend. Trains, which usually run between London Bridge and Beckenham Junction, will not run, whilst trains, which usually run between London Bridge and Caterham, will only run between Streatham and Caterham, meaning trains will not stop at South Bermondsey. Matchgoers are strongly advised to check their journeys before leaving here. Nearby stations include Surrey Quays, which can be reached on London Overground. However, please note that there is a bus replacement service between Lewisham and New Cross and London, from which the Jubilee line will be available to travel to Bermondsey, a 20-minute walk to the den. Yeah, it's bank holiday weekend and it's all screwed up. I think all the engineers and track maintenance people getting double bubble, and they've shut all the railways down so they can do engineering work. So another weekend where we get fucked over as travelling fans, travelling to the home game. What are you gonna do? And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.